Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about love and hip hop Atlanta. All right, y'all. So, I'm actually glad that next week is the season finale because the last few weeks I've kind of been pushing through to get through the reviews. So I think this was a solid season. I'll say that. I will give the production. Whoever produced this season did a wonderful job. I don't feel like you know how sometimes they will drive a storyline into the ground. I felt like even okay, you know how like in seasons past, you have all of these people on Love and Hip Hop, and it's just like 30 cast members, and it's just like it's just a lot of people. I felt like even though there were more than a few people on the show, they did a good job of breaking up the storylines, and it wasn't just back to 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 back. Does that make sense? Like it could have been Rashida and Kirk for an episode or two, then they'll go to Zane and Ashley for an episode or two, then they'll go back to Kirk and Rashida, and then they'll bring in Bambi and Carly Red, and then you know what I'm saying. Like it was. I think they did a good job at bouncing around and back and forth instead of just making it one straight one episodes 1 through 15 of the same stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways, nonetheless, I like the season. It was a decent season. I think they did a good job at producing Love and Hip Hop season 12. Um, Carly and Sierra are having an engagement party together. I don't want to sound like negative Nancy, but between Sierra and Carly Red and the engagement rings that they've received, and girl, let me shut up. I just, we'll get into it. We'll talk about. Well, I was with Amy. Girl, we'll talk about it. But I mean, it is what it is. They're throwing an engagement party together. Whatever. Scrappy and Spice. I'm not gonna lie. That song that Scrappy had sound real cute. I was like, oh girl. I was over here, girl, moving my shoulders just a little bit. I said, okay, Scrappy, you ain't about nothing. But that song sound like it's cute though. Now I was a little confused because so him and Spice have a song together, but that's outside of the song that Scrappy is doing for the compilation album, right? That's what I got because they were on set. They were recording doing a video. So I'm assuming either Scrappy has a song coming out and he has Spice on it, and that's completely outside of the song that they have, or Scrappy the outside of the song that Scrappy is doing for the compilation album. Girl, I'm getting another ring light. Don't worry about it. I have two ring lights. This one is brand new. I'm gonna order a brand new one as soon as I get off here. So we not even going. Yeah. So the ring light is a mess. Okay. So yeah, but the songs sound real cute. I'll give Scrappy that much. Both songs sound good, but the one that he had on the phone that Spice was listening to that he hadn't finished for the reveal last week when they all got on stage and sung their songs. That song sounded like a banger. Anyways, Zale and Yandy meet up. Zale apologizes to Yandy because he says that Yandy has never did anything to him, and even though he felt disrespected, um, he could have given Yandy a pass because again, Yandy has never disrespected him. Um, this is what I want for Zale. Zale says that he is a bisexual man. He's bisexual. That's what he says. Do I believe that Zale? You can't tell nobody what they are. Okay. Do I believe that Zale saying he's a bisexual man plays into his upbringing? Again, I remember a conversation Zale had on the family reunion season that he was on, and it was a conversation revolving around like his father. I just believe that there are a lot of men and probably even some women who will say they're bisexual as a way to kind of like Saucy said. I said I was bisexual to kind of introduce to kind of open up the door to me letting the people know that I'm really gay. I do believe there are men out there who are bisexual, of course, but I do believe there are men out there who will say they're bisexual, but they are gay, but they say they're bisexual because at least to the men in their lives or even the women in their lives, that still kind of gives them some hope that that could be a phase, or it doesn't land as hard when you say you're a full-fledged punk, right? Instead of you just coming out and saying I'm gay, you're gonna say I'm bisexual. Oh, so he still like girls, right? I also think that it gives the impression to some men who may be in your life that you still like pussy. I do believe Saucy when he says that when he was with Zale, their friend group, nobody ever thought that Zale considered Zale gay. I mean, bisexual. Now that doesn't have anything to do with what Zale says, because Zale says he's bisexual, so he's bisexual. The point I'm trying to make is this: even with what I believe, what Saucy believes, what you believe, if Zale says he's bisexual, he's gonna have. It's almost like, and I know it's a journey for everybody. It's kind of like when you come out the closet as gay. At some point, you just have to accept that you are who you are. And even though it can hurt sometimes, because girl, my feelings get hurt to this day, especially when I get in the comment section online and I see people in the way that they think and the things that they say, especially when I click on the profile and it says follow back. Girl, that gags me. Because girl, I'm a full-fledged punk. And y'all follow me and probably watch my YouTube channel. But as soon as something LGBTQ is said on the Shade Room or the Neighborhood Talk or Hollywood Unlocked, maybe y'all will be in the comment section. Girl, baby, grab a noose and hang us from a tree. But I click on your profile and it says follow back. Girl, what? Okay, girl. Um, but I think you just have to come to the realization that, girl, it is what it is, and f the people who may look at you however they look at you, and it is what it is. If Zale says he's bisexual, if Zale wants to have a family, or at least have a child, then that's what Zale says, and that's what Zale wants, and he has to kind of just like um, kind of ignore the outside noise, right? You are who you are. You want what you want. It is what it is. And if you have people around you that don't support you, then you need to remove those people from your space. And it's just as simple as that, you know? And if that includes Yandy, well, not necessarily Yandy, but if that includes anybody, family, friends, if you have people who are disrespectful to you and the lifestyle, right? Then don't include those people. Don't allow those people to have access to you. And I think that Zale is a man of a certain age. And because I have seen Zale um, out for a very long time, I would assume, and I guess I shouldn't, assume that Zale would kind of be used to it by now. It's kind of like, again, it still hurts, but I'm also kind of numb to some of the things that people say. Again, it still hurts from time to time, but I'm. It's kind of like somebody calling me the F word. Girl, y'all was calling me an F word in middle school. It don't hurt no more. Good y'all, like it's old. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just hope Zell can get to a point where it is what it is. His life is his life, and what he wants is what he wants, and just ignore what people have to say. Anyways, so Yandy says it's been a lot. Because when Zell said what he said about you need to be worried about what the streets are saying, Yandy says you have Alexis Scott and her friend. Remember, some of you may not know, but Alexis Scott, remember the guy from Remember the guy from Atlanta? Okay, hold up. Let me start over. Remember the season of Real Housewives of Atlanta when Candy walked into Drew's home and it was that queen that was there and he was like, and he was actually kind of, he was funny because I remember posting it on my YouTube, I mean on my Instagram page. He was like, oh, Miss Candy Legendary Burris. He gave all of that, right? Well, him. He was on a live with Alexis Sky some months ago, and he started spilling tea about Mendeezy's allegedly out here in these streets cheating on Yandy. So that's what Yandy meant when she said you have Alexis Sky and her friend, and then you have Jasmine saying what talking about Mendeezy's, and now it's you. So for Yandy, she's basically saying it's a lot. It's so crazy that all the rumors be out here about y'all niggas, but don't none of the rumors be out here about y'all. Anyways, um, Amy and Scrappy. You know why Amy looks crazy to me? I remember Amy. It was a show on TV, and let me see if this works. I really I hate making videos without a ring light now. It bothers me. There was a show on TV, and it was like listing Atlanta. Remember, it was like a group of black women. It was supposed to be about it was about real estate in a way, and basically them navigating their friendship um, while selling real estate. Anyways, I remember I think Amy was on that show because she purchased a home, and it was a nice sized home. And so just to see Amy, and I think Amy was a YouTuber at one point. So Amy was doing good even before Atlanta. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I could be talking about another person, but I feel like it's Amy I'm talking about. Anyways, but just to see Amy on here looking like a fool, girl, girl, you really out here. Like, I get that the producers probably come to y'all and say, "This is what we want y'all to say." This is, I don't know, because we've heard the stories about love and hip hop, how like the storylines are fake, or they build a story, or like like you may tell them something and then they'll add to it, right? you know, um, but if I were to ever do reality TV, girl, if I'm gonna look like a fool, I'm gonna look like a fool because I just look like a fool. I'm not gonna look like a fool because production has convinced me to go this route with my storyline, or they want me to do this. I just I don't know what like I just don't want to believe that Amy has chosen at her big ass age to get on TV and beef with Bambi over a man who she was screwing when she was what 20, 21 years old. Because I think on Google it says that Amy is like 34, 35, 34, and she says it was a man who she talked to 12, 13 years ago. Girl, what? Okay, let me ask y'all a question. Okay, am I moving the line? Because I do feel like I'm being. Because I talk to myself a lot. Because I want to make sure what I say what makes sense. So I was talking to myself earlier, and I was thinking about Bambi and Amy. I was thinking about the review. Um, is it a difference? Okay, is there a difference between Bambi talking to the guy that Amy talked to over a decade ago versus Amy talking to Scrappy and it's fresh? Girl, I feel like it's a difference. I do. Maybe I'm moving the line. I feel like it's more trifling for Amy. Because Amy, I mean, I guess Amy could say we supposed to be friends and you could at least told me you was talking to the guy I used to talk to. But girl, Amy, have you like you ain't girl, you been in a girl, like you have been in a relationship since that man. And I'm sure you don't fucked other niggas since that man. Niggas with an S. Okay? So it's just like where in comparison to Bambi, because that's Bambi's, I don't care about titles of an ex-husband or whatever, but that's her ex-husband. Even if it was her ex-boyfriend, it's still a fresh relationship. I don't think it's the same. I just don't know why I don't think Bambi is as trifling. I don't think Bambi is really that trifling. And on top of that, girl, Bambi ain't even really studying that boy. Okay? I don't know. I feel like it's different. Is it not different? Y'all let me know. I could because I feel like it's not different, but I can also see how some people could say it's the same. Maybe I'm caught up on the time. Maybe I'm caught up on the fact that Bambi's relationship is fresh, girl, and Amy's relationship is, girl, 12, 13 years old. Girl, and you was 21, 22, how about 23, how about you was in early 20s. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know, and then we'll come to a decision. And I'll let the people know what we came to the next video. Um Spice and Jock meet up. Oh, Amy wants to know. Amy and Scrappy went out on a date. It was just a play date. Like the places that you take your kids to where they can hop around and jump on the trampoline and all that stuff. They went to one of those places. They went on a date. Um, Amy asked him when was the last time he slept with Erica or Bambi. Girl, if you gotta ask that, then girl, you shouldn't even. You're like, girl, does it matter? The simple fact that you have to ask that, you know that there's a possibility because the relationship is so fresh, and you know you've seen Erica and Scrappy, girl, prancing around town. Anyways, and why would you expect Scrappy out of everybody to tell you the truth? Anyway, Spice and Jock meet up. Jock basically has reservations on basically being, I guess, on the rec. I don't think he likes the fact that I guess this has now turned into a diss record. Did I bring that up? Spice is playing both sides. Spice wants to say that her name is on the line, and because Spice is a legit Grammy nominated artist, okay? Please don't get it twisted. I think that's even more of a reason for her to not want to be associated with the mess of Amy versus Bambi. Like, Spice is the reason why Amy would be able to do a diss record. So Jock is basically saying, I thought this was supposed to be something fun. Now you got people down here dissing each other. I was with Jock. I was with Jock. And I don't like the fact that Spice is trying to remove herself from the responsibility of allowing Amy to do a diss record. Girl, if this was your idea, you should have told Amy, okay, girl, that's cute, but that's not what we're doing on this album. You're gonna have to go back and write something else. It's as simple as that. Jock really doesn't want. I think Jock just wanted to do a verse for a song. I don't think Jock is really taking this seriously. Because I think that if Jock really thought that this could be a big deal, I think Jock would hop on it. And then on top of that, Jock is an older guy, right? Maybe Jock just doesn't want to rap. Like, God really wasn't trying to do no song. You know what I'm saying? I got my little hits, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't trying to do all that carrying on. I thought you just wanted me to do a verse, and that was it, and then we call it a day. I'm retired, basically. Um, Baby, when Spice said in the confessional, because basically she said he's trying to pull out of doing the concert and basically, I guess, a full song. When Spice said, we all know Jock doesn't pull out of anything. Ooh, that scared that scared the mess out of me. When she said, we all know Jock doesn't pull out of anything, so now he wants to pull out, baby, because he just got that. That's exactly why he ain't doing that record. Okay. We all know we all know Jock doesn't pull out of anything. So now he wants to pull out. She's talking about that baby he just had. Okay. Anyways, Carly and Jasmine. Jasmine's father passed away, and she was the one who took him off of life support. He had a stroke, and she was the one who took him off life support. And, I thought about. I wonder how Carly's fiance is taking this, seeing Carly cry, right? Because we know how some of the people get. Remember, we were talking about this on the Braxtons when Vaughn was upset that Trina was crying when Gabe, her ex husband, passed away. And he was like, it kind of reminded me, no, when Tracy passed away, he thought about how basically the reaction to her ex husband and her sister were pretty similar, and that rubbed him the wrong way. And I think it is so weird. And I think, not to make this too heavy, but I think once you've lost somebody who you really care about, like I'll just say this: when with my grandmother passing away, it really did do a number on me, and I do kind of look at death differently. Sometimes it is true you have to go through stuff for you to kind of understand the gravity of a situation, and I don't look at I don't I could see, even if it is an ex-husband, an ex-wife, an ex-boyfriend, an ex-girlfriend, if you find out somebody has just died, how it could be a sad moment. You know what I'm saying? And I just was thinking about, I wonder how her boyfriend feels about seeing Carly cry. Carly is probably also crying because her daughter is going through it, right? My daughter is sad because my daughter just lost her father. And she said her father and Jasmine, I think that's the daughter's name, were very, very close. So there are different ways to look at it, right? It could be somebody could be like, she crying over another nigga. But it could be also that Carly is upset because her daughter is upset or, emotional. But I did think about how the boyfriend is taking. And then Carly said she used to be married to that man too. I just think that death is one of those things where people should be allowed to grieve, and you need to get out of your insecurities. I don't give a damn if it was his ex-wife or ex-husband, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend. Somebody is dead. Like dead. Like you'll never see them, talk to them, hear them again. It ain't like she crying because a nigga just moved to another city. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's dead. So I just think, anyways, let's move on. All right, we're done with that. Kendra and Jock. I mean, girl, I don't know. I really put Kendra and Jock, and then I put an arrow down, and then I put disrespect because I really don't care about Kendra and Jock. You know what it is? Like, I don't know. It is what it is. Kendra ain't no different than nobody else. She a fool too. Kendra can walk around here and scream to she turns blue in the face. I'm rich. Kendra can be as bad as she want to. At the end of the day, it don't matter. It don't matter if you a bad bitch. It don't matter if you rich, because at the end of the day, you still look like a goddamn fool. Okay, that is what it come down to. You can brag about how much money you got in your account. You can brag about how accomplished you are, how educated you are, how bad you are, how good your pussy is, how wet it get, how you suck dick like a pro, right? Girl, I'm a bad bitch all around. Girl, all around American. It don't matter at the end of the day, especially if you are willing to get on TV and look like a clown. Sierra, Carly and Bambi make up. Well, they talk, but they making up. They made up basically in a way. Zale asks Amy, is she effing scrappy? Amy and Sierra got into it when Sierra was like, "This is my nigga," and Amy, Amy told her, "Girl, we've seen this When Amy told her girl, we've heard this every 6 months. And your face, your surgery is terrible. I was cracking up at Amy. Amy had me laughing. I'm not gonna lie, baby. When Amy said, because at one point, girl, that was tag teaming Amy. Girl, I heard Sierra's voice. I heard Bambi's voice. I heard Zale's voice. I don't know what Zale was saying, but I definitely heard Bambi's voice and Sierra's voice. And so, girl, they was tag teaming Amy. Girl, when Amy said, "Oh, it's Amy hour. It's Amy hour," and then Bambi said, "It ain't never been." Woo! Girl, when Bambi told Amy, it's never been Amy's hour. It's more like 3 minutes. Oh, girl, when I tell you, I was over here cracking up. Do you hear me? Oh, girl, Amy had me laughing. Bambi had me laughing when she told Bambi. She told Amy, "You wanna up on Scrap because he wants to up his mama, and you look like his mama." I knew what Bambi was trying to say. You know what, some girl, we're gonna have to just call it for what it. Some girls, no shade. There are a group of women out there who have these weird emotional attachments to their sons, and sometimes it can give very weird, in vibes, right? It's not like they are having sex per se, but I got exactly what Bambi was trying to say when she said he wants to F his mama and you look like his mama. Not to say that Scrappy is messing with his mama, but again, for some people, these some women who have sons, they have these weird um, emotional connections to their sons. Y'all know what it is. Okay. Anyways, that's it, y'all. Let me make sure. I put Sierra tattoos a fly. I love her tattoos. She don't need to get no more because the last time she got 100, they almost chopped that bitch leg off. You think she learned? She'll probably have the other leg covered up by next year. You would think she learned her lesson, honey, when they almost chop and cut. She ain't learned shit. Really and truly, y'all, they shouldn't have did that tattoo at one time. See, it's so crazy because I used to always wonder, why do people not get their tattoos done in one session? Okay, and I don't know why. I just never thought about it, and then I googled it. You got to Google stuff. So I googled it, and I was like, oh, and it was like it's the pain, and I was like, I didn't. I guess I just never thought about it. Your body goes into shock when you get those big tattoos, like back tattoos and all that stuff. Um, your body can go into shock once. So basically, she had that numbing cream, and she had the numbing cream. She didn't feel anything. The numbing cream actually works, but once it wore off, all the pain hit. And that tattoo artist, some of y'all was telling the tattoo artist needs to be held accountable because the tattoo artist shouldn't have did that tattoo, even if it's kind of like a plastic surgeon. Like even if you go in asking a plastic surgeon for certain work and they know that it is not healthy, right? It's not a good thing to do, and they still do it anyways. That plastic surgeon should be held accountable because they should have told as a professional, as an expert, they should have told you no. So there were people who were saying that the tattoo artist should be held accountable for even letting Ciara do that tattoo in one session, and she should have probably did it over 15. Okay, I added to 15. I'm gonna add some shit to a story, but I'm gonna tell y'all I'm adding it too. But yeah, she shouldn't have had that tattoo done in one session. But anyways, girl. So yeah, but I love her tattoos though, especially one on her back. I think it's so fly. That's too much for me, girl. Girl, I can't do it, baby. I almost died trying to get this one right here. Okay, and I'm over here. I want to get it covered up. I want to get another tattoo covering right here, but I just don't feel like going through all of that. But I'm thinking about it because I really want this bullshit covered up. I got this shit a long time ago. Ghetto fish, just ghetto fish. Okay, and I want this shit covered up, but I want like a half a I want one. I wanted to cover. I wanted to go right here and then probably stop like about right here. Yeah. Anyways, and plus, yeah. Anyways, we'll talk more about that in another video. All right, I'm going. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night. Bye, y'all.